XLR input 1 and XLR input 2. The nice satisfying click. And it goes in. We've got line, mic, and then mic plus 48 volts. Which setting would we have it on to power this non-powered microphone?
Mic.
Mic. Well, if I put it on mic, let's see what happens. I think it's on mic. Is it on mic? Mic, is it on mic?
That's Mike.
XLR1.
It's
Channel 1.
on input 1 mic, yeah.
No,
It's on mic.
Yeah.
it needs to be on. If you connect it to a line. Yeah, it is.
So let's have a look at the
So you need to
LCD display there.
No.
Do we have any audio?
No.
No, and we did a minute ago.
So why do we not have any audio?
It needs to be online rather than mic.
Line. So let's put it online. Put it online, Mike. Mike, change it from mic to line.
1 or 2.
1.
Well,
This is why you
Do we have sound?
no.
Why not?
Is the sound at 0 on the camera?
Is the sound at 0 on the camera? Channel 1. What's the recording level?
10. No.
10. So it's at the highest recording level it could possibly be, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why have we got no sound?
This microphone needs to be powered, does it? So it needs fan and power on
So it needs fan and power, and that is what switch?
Mic
Power
plus
is
48 volts.
Plus 48 volts, because we want to send a little bit of voltage to the microphone to power it. Do we have sound?
Yeah.
Yes, we have sound. Fantastic. So, we understand what these switches do now, don't we?
So, yeah.
Line would be coming out of a desk. So if you have a sound desk, a radio desk, a musical event where there is a desk, they can have a line out, they can send a direct signal out from that sound desk to your system. It requires no power at your end, because it's powered at the other end. And they send it out, so it works really well. And it's a brilliant system, but it doesn't work for normal microphones like these. So, plus 48 volts to power the microphone. On the other side of the camera, we have the controls. They're on this side, so the operator can use them really quickly and easily. And this little door here that can fall off, so be careful. So,
That's the other one.
thank you. So I've just turned the recording level down to 0, so there will be no sound. And then slowly but surely, bring it up, there we go, we've got sound again. So where do we want that little dial to dance around? Is it good? Is it good sound levels at the moment?
No.
No, why not? Why is it not good?
It's all distorted. isn't it?
It's distorted, it's called overmodulation. Yeah? It's overmodding, it's hitting the red. Can we use that sound?
No,
Is it fixable in any way, shape or form?
No.
it can't be.
Good.
No.
If it's too low, you can always hide it. If it's too high, you cannot lower it.
Is this a set and forget? Can I set this and forget about it?
No.
No, cannot. I am monitoring it all the time, and depending on the different sound levels, I can make it quieter and darker. It just depends on where you are with the camera and what you're pointing it at. Okay, so if I try and monitor this a little bit, let me see if I can do it. Test, test, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Ah, there we go. So I can stick my mouth right on it, and I'm getting good sound now. It's going to sound great. It's going to sound CD quality. Okay? But if I just move it down a little bit, I'm shouting into the microphone. Is that good sound? Am I getting a great signal right now as I speak? And I have to keep speaking so that you can see the level.
It's a bit low.
It's too small, isn't it? It's not great, is it? It's going to be too quiet. And I can do all of this without using headphones at all, which is very, very, very dangerous, because we still don't know what it sounds like, even though I'm right up next to the microphone. So it still might sound strange. However, it's probably going to sound pretty good right now. So it's not a set and forget. It's a very awkward system, operating a camera and operating these pots at the same time. These little
Does that come up on a little display as well, this?
on
So-
here,
No, on the...
It's on the...
on there.
So
Yeah.
say you were filming and you didn't have the Shogun and you didn't have this, you could still
You can
monitor it
see,
the
yeah, you
same
can
way.
see it in there. What you see on there is exactly what you see in here.
Right.
Okay. So it's not a set and forget, so it's quite difficult. So if you're on the move and you're shooting a lot, it's going to be quite difficult to do this all in one go as a one single unit camera, a portable single camera operator. That's a PSC camera operator. Okay. So we would use off-board. We would have a sound operator, and we can do all of this with this. And this little thing here is better than this little thing here. Okay, so the mechanics inside, this is quite basic. This is quite expensive. There's a lot going on with this, and we can play around with it a lot. I'm not going to go into the absolute total details of sound recording because there's a lot to learn, there's a lot to go through, but we just want decent, good sound on it. So can we stick the 416 into that? So, sound up, Mike. You are now my sound up. It's fairly intuitive, this, it's fairly simple. XLR goes into the mic, XLR goes into the sound recorder. Make sure the sound recorder has power and an SD card. Make sure you're recording on the right channel. Always monitor with your headphones. Let's see if we can get that working. Stop. Carry on. There we go. There are two holes in this sound recorder. There is a line in and a headphone in. If you put it in the line in, you'll think that it's not working, and it won't tell you that you've done it wrong. So always ensure that your headphone jack is going into the headphone hole. It's really obvious. There's a little sign that says headphones next to the hole. You can't miss it.
Recording from them, yeah.
So, how are we doing, Mike? Are we getting good sound yet?
From here.
From the
I'm
top?
trying to get this. Yeah.
So, if we change the channel, so we've got left and right at the moment, if we click the one, so we'll stop, click the one, turn them off.
There you go.
Okay, so that's a little bit of fiddling, a little bit of messing around, but we got there in the end. We've made it so that we're definitely getting this, and I'm scratching it so that you can hear it. Are you getting that? Can you hear that scratchy, scratchy, scratchy?
Yeah.
So you can hear me now really well, I'm expecting, and it sounds pretty damn good, doesn't it, Mike?
It does.
Yeah, it sounds fantastic. That's because this mic is obscenely expensive. And it's probably the best mic you're ever going to use. Everything you hear on sport programming, everything you hear in documentary making is using this microphone because it's so damn reliable and sexy, and it sounds really great. You've got a lot of range, you've got good bass, you can hear everything, can't you?
Mm-hmm.
I say that you can hear a flea fart from 5 miles away because it's such a fantastic directional microphone. But if I go over here, you keep that pointed over there, Bree, you can't hear me at all now, or very, very slightly I'm expecting. It's a very low signal now, isn't it? Because it's a directional microphone. So you can hear me much better now, can't you?
Mm-hmm.
So operation of the microphone is quite simple. You pointed at who was speaking, at their chin, all the time. And notice how I'm moving around now, and Brady's following me like every good sound man should. And sometimes if I'm shooting a documentary and I'm getting B-roll, say a car is going by, the sound op will note that the camera is pointing at the car, and they will get sound of the car. They will note when the camera is pointing at a cow, and they will get sounds of the cow. Okay? You can see how this is working now, and how the sound op and the camera operator are working in sync together to ensure that they get the right sound for whatever the camera is pointing at. Okay? Sound good?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So, we need how many more interviews to get 50 people one question right?
Oh, you got 25, didn't you?
No, we didn't get 25.
As a unit
We got
together,
18.
you've got a GH3, I think you've got an XF105 now as well.
Yeah.
You've got the FS7. As a group, you now need to work out what you're going to do to get the rest of those interviews. This process will train you. It's useful to do this today, because if you go through this process and you actually work it out yourselves, you will remember this. It will be accessible later, under pressure, because you will be under pressure next time you use this. You will want to shoot what you want to shoot. It will be submissible work. That's okay, mate, don't worry. it will be submittable work and you want it to work. So this is why we're having these sessions now, in order for you to practice, in order for you to get it wrong. Okay?
Sorry. I didn't realise that door was for you.
That's fine.
I'm just doing a room check if you don't mind.
No problem.
Just check the lights and that,
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Everything working for you okay?
Everything's fine, yeah, we've just got the lights on the back to keep that light over there.
No,
No,
it's fine.
cameras. It's not
Well, if you're happy, that's the main thing.
I'm very happy. Yeah, thank you very much. Isn't that nice? So, it's about half an hour till midday, where there will be a lot of foot flow downstairs. You need a lot of interviews. You need to organise yourselves. You've got a lot of camera equipment here. It's almost impossible for you to not get some more interviews today and then to work, okay? Quite often you have to work under pressure. You definitely have to work a lot with a hangover.
Thanks.
Work hard, play hard. There's nothing wrong with it, but you've got to be able to perform under pressure. So there is a little bit of pressure. I'm putting a little bit of pressure on you now. See if you can work this out. See if you can get good pictures, good sound, good interviews, and have this footage in the classroom by 2 o'clock. Deal?
Yeah.
Do we
Fantastic.
still have permission to film in the same places we did last
Yes,
week?
you do. You can do exactly the same, in exactly the same position.
Well, where did you go?
The GH3 and the XF105 can be manoeuvred a lot better. We can have them in different places. They're roving cameras, if you like, but we do have the FS7 as a fixed. It's obvious why it's a fixed. It's massive. It's going to scare people. You have to be careful with it. Okay?
Are we going out in the same groups or as a whole group this time?
Delegate yourselves. Come
Okay.
on. Brilliant picture.
You're welcome.
Factory on the back. Comes with a CF card.
Those
card
batteries.
in there. We don't expect you to have those, so we usually provide those
Is
with
that
this.
equivalent to an S-ray?
Oh no!
Keep
it's
Keep
fine.
talking.
Give it half, the silence.
This camera has many
I will grade you.
things
on
on
how
it.
you manage this project as
Alright,
well.
are you using the camera?
Yes, I'm using a camera.
What camera is it?
That's fantastic.
Is it GH3?
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
Yeah.
Mike, can you say something? We need to get a sound. I can't hear you.
I'm busy being sound man.
Alright, okay. Alright, so stop.
It has no half the channels in this instance. I've plugged the stone or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's probably just, the
Yeah.
thing is, really
Because
surprised.
that's probably just slightly out of
Yeah.
line. It's been blown by the wind.
No, I had no idea.
And I've only just had that put up.
Yeah.
Because he came out, because I was getting pixelated pictures and then, yeah, you've got a tree there that's affecting it. I'll move it to the front of the house rather than the back one. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, I know.
Did that.
I've looked
Worked
at
perfect.
There's one bit, and it's kind of
Do you think
on
you can
outside
use
my
it?
house where
It's
to
quite-
get the signal, that's it.
Quite easy
So
to
he
use
said, no,
because
it's probably.
I was thinking of shots that I'm
So what I do at site visit,
The other one, I've like,
Right.
another way, I'll
No.
get it right. So
No.
it's quite easy.
It's
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I don't know who's missing, but
Right.
if you want to just
Oh, Mike.
go for it,
Right.
see if you can get it done.
Mike is missing. Right.
There we go.
That when we turn around. Think. I like it, yeah. It's a good camera. And it's got XLR input as well, so you can always just put one direct sound into it with a big microphone.
Okay.
It's a cracking little camera, it really is. Great picture.
Got us through 90% of our project.
So there's a switch here. You push the green one in, you can move that switch. So you push the green in and then you can move it left and right.
Alright.
Okay.
She locked the door.
I'm alright, don't worry. I know what I'm doing.
I remember when last year they gave us all these new cameras. I took it to my friend's house, she had laminate flooring. What did I do?
Oh, no.
Helping out.
I don't know, but I was going to help with the
mean,
I can do this at the same time, can't I?
yeah.
What,
Use this. Recording me inside as well. Put that, including me as well.
One second. Hold on.
Just recording me. I'm recording now. Just including me. Yeah. Put that on.
I'm out, I'll go.
All right. Okay.
So, thank you. This is something to do your first, isn't it? Back and see.
And we did condense, it was basically completely electronic.
Oh, there we go. So,
Alright.
did we the monitor what?
Just look like we
Done.
had that all.
No?
So,
You said no.
Thank you.
I said
Oh, no.